Oh, hi there, everyone. Welcome to another Trevor's Terrarium here at Geektopia Island. I'm Cardwell.
And I'm Kevin.
And that's Trevor. And today, we actually have a fun little special thing for you, and it's a set review of Ascension. It's coming out. It looks fun. It's a very big copycat of the movie Labyrinth, but we'll get to that for sure.
Yeah.
And of course, this is a very loose leaf video here. We're just here to relax, tell you our opinions as brewers on these cards and what they can do. And our ruling, since they actually do have limited now, and limited means either draft or sealed, which is basically you open up packs, make a deck, and make a deck out of it to beat your opponents. So we'll call it as a card is playable, not playable, or limited. So we'll do that for sure. And of course, if you just like a certain color, we'll have a timestamp down below the video. Go to your favorite color and whatnot. But of course, we'll always start out with light. And also, we do have a Patreon, just to remind you all. It only takes $1 to support us, and we love you very much for that. And that link will also be down below the video. And let's get to it, shall we?
Let's do it.
All right, first one. Aaron, the Shining Rose Knight. He's a actual champion, or not a champion this time, a unit. He's a 4-drop 2000 Rose Knight. Spells cost your opponents 1 more to play for each gear you control. God. Expel gears from your discard zone whose total cost equals 4 or more. This card gains Immortal until end of turn. And Immortal is a new keyword, and that means it can't be destroyed by damage or effects, which is amazing. This guy's insane.
Yeah,
good.
dude's kind of really good.
Yeah.
He is definitely playable.
Yeah.
For sure.
Very playable, especially when you already have... It doesn't say gears on him, gears you control.
Yeah.
So turn 4, they might have to pay 3 or 4 plus to play their spells.
Yeah, and playable is also going to be very playable and limited, so just know that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Next up is Bagoom, the Friendly Beast. He is 4 for 2500 Angry Lion Beast guy.
Yep.
He is Guardian and Unblockable, which Unblockable is a new keyword. Guardians cannot be used when this card attacks, so you can't block him. And you remove a maze counter from the Great Magic Maze that has 5 or more counters, exhaust target unit. So this dude can literally help you be totally unblockable. Because you're like, cool, this guy swings, he's unblockable. Remove a maze counter. This dude, you tap down your Guardian, that other dude's unblockable.
Yeah, that guy's really good. He's very playable.
Yeah, definitely going to be a playable card, but really only in like the little maze deck.
Alright, the next one is a 1-drop Bagoom's Roar. It's a spell, instant cast. Exhaust target unit. If you control the Great Maze, exhaust up to 2 instead. So it's not too bad of a spell, for sure.
I mean, I don't really think it'd be very playable otherwise than if you're not playing the maze deck. It just doesn't feel good to me.
Yeah. Yeah, because pay 1, tap a dude, maybe good, maybe not. We'll have to see, but I would play it in limited.
Yeah, limited, I could see it being worth it. Next is the Blessed Elemental. It is 3 for 3000, and it is an Omega unit, which that is a new thing too. And Omega is placed on one of your light units. And then put a unit under this card into the discard zone. Target unit you control cannot be targeted by spells or abilities this turn.
Nice.
So, you play this dude on one of your other dudes. So like you have a little light guardian dude, the little 2-drop guardian, you just put this dude on there.
Yep.
You're like, cool, I now have a 3000. That's what he does. And then he can put the guardian into the discard, and then target unit you control cannot be targeted. So It's pretty neat. But some of the Omega units work that way. They work with the card that's under them. They're the only ones that can mess with the card under them, so just know that. Yep. And if he gets bounced, both cards get bounced if that card's still there.
Yep.
If you've already used his ability, then that card can't be bounced because it's gone.
And basically also, it doesn't use the Q, so they can't respond in killing the creature or anything like that, so it just plops right there. And they also have quickness immediately. So if you play a 1-drop dude and then play this, it can swing.
Yeah, it doesn't state that as quickness, but all Omega units do because that's part of their thing.
Yeah.
Since they have to be played on a creature, they automatically get to swing.
It's a bunch of craziness is what it's going to be for sure.
It's about to be wild.
Oh yeah. The next one is Cosmic Light Magic. It's a 2-drop spell. This card costs 1 less to play for each face-up light tower, so it can be free. Exhaust target unit you control, and if you do deal damage to its power to target face-up tower. Wow. Pretty good.
Pretty cool.
That card's really good. I would only maybe do 1 or so, because I mean, there might be plenty of times where you always break towers anyway. So it's just how it goes.
Yeah. I don't know. The card's neat.
Yeah.
It'll be fun to see what it does. I do think it's playable, but it'll be in the right place.
Yeah.
Next is the Gallant Squire. He is 1 for a 1,000, and he arrives. The next gear you control with this turn costs 1 less to play. So he can make gears cost 1 or 2. Neat.
Yep.
He's pretty good in a night deck, really, because he makes your stuff cost less. So
Yeah.
it's cool. I don't know if he replaces some other dudes, because I feel like he's kind of still lackluster, but
Yeah.
he could play. He could be one of the best.
Because I do remember the other 1-drop is basically when he dies, go get a gear. So, which is be able to search for your gear is a lot more viable. Yeah. Next one, Golden Rose Blade. It's a 2-drop augment gear. Equip only to Knight unit. This equipped unit gains plus 500 and gains unblockable. Gross. Whenever your opponent plays a spell, you may add this card from your discard zone to your hand.
Yeah, sure. I'll take free spells.
It's not legendary at all. It's not.
Yeah, this card is definitely a must-have playable in night decks because it's so good for them.
It's insane.
I mean, it can only be put on nights, so it's kind of worth it there, but the fact that it can be played or come back for free is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. Insanely ridiculous.
Because all the cards that are like discard a gear, do stupid shit, you're just like, cool, discard this gear, let's do something, and then I get it back. Hey, cool.
And you can literally throw it on any dude without fear because you put it on a dude, swing unblockable.
Yeah.
Destroy the red tower, it kills that dude, and you can get this back when they play a spell.
It's pretty awesome.
Pretty good.
Next up, Kara the Glorious Valkyrie. She is 6 for a 5,000. Just Jesus.
Yeah, right.
It is an Omega unit as well. Guardian, target attack, and unblockable. This card costs 1 less to play for each of your destroyed towers.
Why?
Neither player can play non-light spells, and non-light units come into play exhausted.
No.
Wow. She is definitely going to be playable.
Wow.
6 sounds like a lot, but she's really going to cost like 3 or 4 on an average basis.
Yeah.
And that's kind of ridiculous for a Guardian, target attack, and unblockable. That makes them not play. You can't play cards.
Don't play your spells.
And your dudes come in auto attack.
Why?
She is definitely going to see a lot of play. And she got quickness because she Omega. Hey.
Yeah, so just basically grab as many as this as you can.
Yeah, definitely use this card if you're playing white.
Yeah.
She's going to kill people.
Yeah, immediately. Next one is a 2-drop 1,000 Maiden of the Maze Jennifer Connelly. Oh, wait, I mean Sierra. Arrive. Choose one. Add the Great Magamaze from your deck or discard zone to your hand, so she triggers your whole combo there. Or remove a maze counter from the target of the Great Magi Maze. How are we going to say this, Kevin?
I don't know.
We're going to keep making it a different noise every time.
We'll just say it and you'll just know what we're talking about.
Yep, exactly. I mean, if you're playing the deck to have that card, then she's perfectly what you need.
Yeah, if you're not, this card's awful. That's just how it is. If you're playing that deck, go for it. If you're not, don't touch it.
Don't do it. No.
Next up is the Nova Knight. This is 2 for 2,500. And Omega unit, and it Omegas, you place it on one of your Knight units. And then put a unit under this card in your discard zone, exhaust or recover target unit. Neat.
Yep.
So you're like, cool, play her on my Knight, swing.
Done.
Oh, let's put this dude away, untap, swing.
Yep.
Because why not? Let's kill 2 towers, why not? Why don't we? God.
Yeah. So you can even play the 1-drop dude who makes your augment 1 less, so you equip it immediately. And then turn 2, you place this on it, and then you just swing, and then it has a powerhouse. And then, yeah, pretty good. The next one is a Shard Armor Worm. Wyram. It's a 5-drop 2,500. It's a dragon, of course. Arrive. Equip target gear from your discard zone to this card. That's decently. Ruin. Destroy all units with cost equal to or less than the number of gears that were equipped to this card. That makes it pretty good. Yeah.
This card's wild. It could be really strong. It seems kind of like a catch-22 because you have to do a lot to make it work right.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a dangerous play, but it is what it is.
It destroys all units too, so it's yours and theirs. So
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe maybe I don't know.
It feels kind of on the unplayable side because it requires so much. it feels like you're baiting yourself because you're like, cool, this dude's big, and you're like, cool, remove that guy. Great, I don't care.
Yeah, maybe we should go ahead and put it on the unplayable side.
Yeah.
I agree.
Next up, a new spirit. Spirit of Servimony?
Servant? Yeah.
Yeah.
Servant.
It is 10, so 10 on the number that you can play. And at the start of each game, or start of the game after mulligans, you may search your deck for a gear with cost 1 and add it to your hand.
That's good.
Soul Burst. Equip target gear from your discard zone to target unit you control.
Nice.
This spirit's really, really strong for white.
Yep, agreed.
Because you get free all kinds of silly good gears, like the precision one, or the target attack one, the prevent damage one, all kinds of the silly ones.
Yeah. The next one, through Dangers Untold. It literally has the little goblin in the picture.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Hoggle, what are you doing? Alright, it's a 4-drop spell. Play only while you control the Great Mega Maze. Choose one. If you control Maiden in the Maze, Jennifer Connelly, you may choose both instead. Units and towers you control take no damage until your next turn. Awesome.
Neat.
Remove 2 maze counters from the target, the Great Mega Maze. So,
again, you're not playing the maze deck, don't play this card.
Don't play it.
You're playing maze deck, play this card. There's no way around it. Like it's just not good otherwise.
Yeah, exactly.
Next up, United Empowerment. It is 1 for a spell. Play only if you've destroyed an opponent's tower this turn. Reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. Equip as many revealed gear as possible to units you control. Spin the rest to the discard zone. Or send the rest. Wow.
Okay.
Neat. So you already broke a tower. So let's make my new dude that I just played better. Why not?
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, I would almost say this card's unplayable, to be honest. It's a catch-22, right?
Yeah.
1, late game, it's terrible, because all their towers could be destroyed and you need a card that actually does something. Or 2, all your important spells go in the graveyard, and you put all your eggs in one basket, and then the basket gets smashed.
Yeah.
Real quick.
It does have its place though. Like it could be really cool as like a 1 or 2 of because you get it early enough.
Yeah.
Because it sends the rest of the discard zone, so you can still use all the shenanigans of the discard zone to do silly things with it.
Yeah.
And you get free gears. Like you literally get free gears to play, which is kind of ridiculous.
Which, in all honesty, you can mess with the discard zone after the dude dies as well. So, wait.
The only other thing I like about this card is it's 1 to equip like the big dumb gears, like the dog gear that when it hits you, that goes with the dog, or like the one that dies and you go get the big hero guy.
Yeah.
So you're like, the 6-drop gear that I'm never gonna play, I'll equip it for 1.
Just equip
Thanks.
Thanks. Plus other things.
Awesome.
That's ridiculous. Next one is Warrior of Soul. It's a 1-drop 500. It has Brawler. This guy is very pointless. He's just there to scout out towers, but I would not play him at all.
I mean, he can kill their 1-drop 500, I guess.
I mean, they can get through blue illusions real quick, right? That's it.
I tried. I'm sorry.
I mean,
he's
he looks
pretty
so
unplayable.
I mean, he must be someone's like little brother or cousin because they give him a lot of awesome armor for something who does nothing.
Yeah, he doesn't really seem that good.
No.
He's pretty unplayable.
Yeah.
Hey, look, Quorum Squire. This is the guy we're talking about. 1 for 1,000. He's got ruined. Whenever he dies, you add 1 gear with cost 1 or less from your deck to your hand.
Yep.
So this dude is a great 1-drop because you're like, cool, a 1-drop that can kill 2 or 3 towers.
Yep.
And go get a gear.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Simple as that.
Playable always.
Yep. Also, the other playable in reprint is the standard Shard Sword. It's a 1-drop augment gear. Equipped to target unit. It's plus 500 in target attack. Playable. Yep. It's playable.
That's playable.
And with that, that'll end the white, and we'll go on to the next color.
All right, now we're gonna go into red. Well, first, we got Ark, the Soaring Blazewalker. He is 3 for 2,500. He did upgrade himself in power.
Yep.
And he is an Omega unit, and you place on one of your fire units. This card costs 2 less to play when placing it on the top of a Blazewalker unit, so he can cost 1 if you place on a Blazewalker, which is kind of cool.
Yep.
Put a unit under this card into the discard zone. Add up to 2 fire units from your expelled zone to your hand. So it is really okay for Blazewalkers because it helps you get some of them back and do all the shenanigans. You do lose the one that's under it, so if it is a Blazewalker, you kind of lose him, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I kind of wish they made it where you expelled it from out from
I
underneath.
mean, it'd probably be too good if they expelled the same card, but
True.
That's what it is.
Promotion can only go so much, right?
But he is definitely going to be a playable card.
Yeah, for sure. The next one, Ashborn Sprite. It's a 1-drop, 1,000. It's an elemental. Whenever your opponent plays a spell or uses an activated ability, you may reveal this card from your hand, and if you do, put this card from your hand into play. This card's really good. I think it's super playable.
Those are angry little curveballs.
Yeah.
They're awesome. But yeah, this card is definitely playable because you're like, oh, cool, you turned 1, played your spell to get 2 dudes. I'm going to drop a free 1,000.
Yeah, or maybe
Thanks.
2 free 1,000s. Just as many as you have in your hand. Just like, plop them down.
Yeah, uses a spell or uses an activated ability. And your champion's ability is an activated ability. So you're like, cool, thanks, free dude.
Really good. A super good card.
Next, Assault of Ashes. It is 1 for a spell, instacast, choose 1. If you control 3 or more fire units, you may choose both. Deal 500 to target unit or destroy target damaged unit. I feel like it's okay.
Yeah.
I've seen this card in multiple card games and it's decent at best.
Yeah.
It does its job and it does its job really well, but it seems kind of meh overall.
Yeah, definitely. Of course, the powerful spot is destroy target damaged unit. But in this game, it's really like, if you do that, you already lost a dude in the process. So it's not really...
Yeah.
It's not that good. Alright, next one is Cosmic Fire Magic. Go Rambear. It's a 2-drop instacast. This card costs 1 less to play for each face-up fire tower, so it could be free as well. This turn, ruin abilities of units do not trigger. So I guess we should say it's a sideboard card.
Yeah.
Other than that, don't play it. Ever.
Yeah, this card only feels good as a sideboard card, because if you're not playing against rune triggers, then this card is a waste of your time and space.
Yeah. Literally in space, this bear.
Yeah, Space Bear. Next,
Space Rainbear.
Defender of Rayenna. It is 2 for a 1,500, and she's got Guardian. Discard this card from your hand, destroy a target unit you control, and if you do this turn, Rayenna units cost 2 less to play. At the start of your draw phase, if this card is in your discard zone because of its own ability, you may put this card into play. So that's kind of cool.
Okay, it replaces its dude from 1 creature. Got it.
I think it's useful in the Rayenna decks, but otherwise it's kind of meh.
Yeah, it's definitely a theme deck. It's meh.
I don't know. It's a decent red Guardian.
Yeah, the fact that it's a Guardian for red, that's super good.
Yeah,
I think it's
I'll put it that way. It's a
one,
2-drop 1,500 Guardian for red is pretty cool.
Yeah, and it can attack, so that's awesome. Alright, this one, Dragonholt Fury Unleashed. It's a 5-drop 5,000. It has Omega. Place on one or more of your dragon units. Destroyer, so that means it can hit 2 towers at a time. Whenever this card attacks, you may put any number of units from this card into the discard zone. Oh, okay. If you do, each card you put in your discard zone this way, destroy target unit, augment, or shard. Jeez.
That dude's pretty cool.
That's really good.
Because you're just like, cool, swing Destroyer.
Yeah.
Remove these 3 cards, killed your 3 shards, or that the Guardian away 2 shards.
Yeah, the fact that it says shards is ridiculous.
Yeah. Yay, land kill is in this game now. Woo!
Yay, land kill. But you need dragon units. But those little dragon eggs that are a little pointless in the game,
Yeah.
it'll make them real good.
Next up, Draconic Eruption. He is 4 for a spell. Deal 1,500 to all units your opponents control. And if you control 4 or more dragon units, you may deal 1,500 to target face-up tower. I don't like this card. It costs too much for what it does. And it requires you to have too much for you to get the other option.
I personally like it. I think it's good. The art is a little dumb because he's a dragon casting a spell to put fire on dudes when he can just breathe fire and it's whatever. Anyways, I like it.
I mean, they have the same spell that does for 3 mana that deals 2 dudes, not all.
2 dudes, but not all. Maybe sideboard, just in case they get real crazy with Repo Bloom for sure.
Yeah.
And destroys all units and it doesn't target. So
it does clear the board. I'll give it that.
But he's right. 4 shard for 1,500 only. I mean, we just talked about the white spells, and like, I don't think any of them were really underneath that.
To me, this feels kind of unplayable, but
Yeah.
it could see use.
We'll see about the meta, see how it works out.
Next is Endowment of the Dragon God. 1 for a spell. You can only play 1 Endowment of the Dragon God each turn.
Okay.
As an additional cost to play this card, reveal any number of different dragon units from your hand. The next dragon unit you play this turn costs X less to play. X equals the number of dragon units revealed. That's why you can only play 1 a turn, because otherwise you're like, ah, cool, Bahamut turn 1. Yeah!
Yeah, pretty much. Like, thanks. It's okay. It's one of those where late game, if you draw it, then it's pointless, because it's the only card in your hand, and it does nothing.
Yeah.
So,
I think it's kind of a win more card, because sure, it makes your dude cost less, but it's extra mana that you have to play. I don't know. It could be useful. I don't know how well it's going to do, though.
yeah. I would run 1 if you're playing definitely a dragon deck, of course.
Yeah.
And test it out for sure. But build around. Maybe that's another thing. It's a build around card for sure. The next one, Glow Shard Dragon. It's a 2-drop 1500. Other dragon units you control cannot be targeted by spells or abilities opponents control. Win, play it there all the time.
Yeah.
And, oh wait, pay 2, expel this card from your discard zone, put target dragon. Target dragon cannot be targeted by spells or abilities this turn. Just play this card if you're playing dragons.
Yeah. You're playing red, you're playing dragons, this card is, you're playing it. Because
Yeah.
it's super strong.
It works when it's alive and it works when it's dead. Just play it.
Mm-hmm. Next up, Hand of Rayenna. It is 2 for 1500 unit Mystic. Discard this card from your hand. Destroy target unit you control. And if you do, search your deck for a Rayenna unit, add it to your hand. At the start of your draw phase, if this card is discarded and is owned by its own ability, you may put it into play. Again, if you're playing Rayenna decks, these are pretty cool.
Yeah.
If you're not, they're not really that good. This one's definitely not that good if you're not playing Rayenna units.
And I can't remember what's so worth it to go search for a Rihanna unit, you know?
I mean, you get the Phoenix.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. It keeps coming back and whatnot. Alright, next one is Imbued by Ashes. It's a 1-drop insta-cast. Fire units you control gets plus 500 this turn. If you control 3 or more fire units, draw a card. If you're playing aggro, go for it. For sure.
Yeah.
And it's instant cast, so your first attack and they block, and then you just win that combat is really good.
Hey, look. Rayenna the Vengeful Phoenix. There's 5 for a 3000. Discard this card from your hand. Destroy target non-token unit you control. And if you do, deal 1500 to target unit your opponent controls.
Good.
Sweet. At the start of your draw phase, if this card is in your discard zone because of its own ability, you may expel this card. If you do, put into play a Rayenna unit from your hand or discard zone. She's really cool.
Huh.
Oh, because you discard this from your hand to do that.
Yeah,
Neat.
yeah.
Yeah, no, she's really, really strong because you can sort of loop the other Rayenna that you have if you have multiples because it's not legendary.
Yeah.
So you're like, cool, get this one back from my hand or put it back into my hand. Neat.
And also
Or put into play. Yeah.
Yeah, the one you have 2 of these. You discard to kill a dude. Then at your draw phase, you expel this and you put the other one in your hand and play.
Yeah. Pretty good.
It's pretty good. All right, Return from Ashes. It's a 1-drop spell. Destroy target fire unit you control. If you do put into play a fire unit from discard zone with cost less than the destroyed unit. So meh, I would not play this card.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good.
Does not feel good at all.
Pretty unplayable.
And it's not instacast, so if they're gonna kill the creature, you can't just be like, haha, I gotcha. Instead, you're just like, I'm willingly sacrificing this 3-drop to get a 2-drop for no reason.
Yeah.
Get out of here. And the next up is Ritual of Ashes. It's a 1-drop spell. Choose one. Your fire spells cost 1 less to play this turn. Meh. Each time you play a fire spell this turn, draw a card. It's terrible. It just says spell, so you can't play units, you can't cantrip off of that. And I don't see any red spells that aren't instant cast that you need to do on your turn to make them. It's bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay because it helps you get like your fireballs to deal 20 easier, but I mean, it already costs 2 mana.
Yeah.
You playing this and then playing that, you're still playing 2 mana, so it's just a waste of a space in my opinion.
Exactly, completely. And you're not going to hoard all your burn spells when you have 10 shards.
Yeah.
To make it worthwhile. It's just not good.
Next up, Spirit of Ursa Tovis. weird ram goat thing. Ram goat bear.
Ramgo Bear.
He has 12 cards of red that you can play.
Yeah.
Hey, why not? And Exhaust. Pay 2. Target unit gets plus 1,000 this turn. And if it costs 4 or more, it gains Destroyer this turn.
Yeah, buddy.
Soul Burst. All units you control get plus 1,000.
This is angry.
So Big Bear wants to kill you.
Yeah.
Like, that's his job, is I'm going to kill you. And I'm going to pay 2 and I'm going to kill you harder.
Big space ram bear thing wants to kill you harder.
Yeah, if you have a 4-drop, you're just like, hey, this dude's real mad at you. And then I'm going to Soul Burst and he's even more mad at you.
Yeah.
Like, you can totally win the math war with this guy real quickly.
Super quick. Especially when you play that 4-drop dragon that has quickness.
Yeah.
And
hey.
it hurts really good. Hurts real good. Next one is Voidfire Elemental. It's a 4-drop 3,500. Oh, because it's a mega unit. And place on one of your fire units. Arrive. Destroy any number of target units your opponent controls whose combined power is 3,000 or less.
What?
Jesus.
What is this card?
It's the best card.
Yeah, this card is nuts. Oh my god.
Play as many as possible with this card.
This card is definitely playable.
Mm-hmm.
It will definitely be everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's 4-drop 3,500 that kills the board.
That can also become a destroyer because of Space Bear.
This card is already better than the 4-drop spell that we just talked about that deals 1,500 to the board.
Yeah, well, yeah, this...
Because this gives you a dude. Sure, it only kills up to 3,000 in combined power, but by the time it's 4 turns, you're going to be killing like 2 1,500s already, so like...
And you get to swing them.
Yeah, and you get a big dude.
Pretty good. Use a
Play other cards now. Totally pointless.
Don't you play that other card.
Alright, now we got Deranged Dragon. He's 1 for 1,000, and this unit must attack each turn if able.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm pretty sure it's a reprint.
Yeah. But I feel sorry for this dragon. Everyone, all the other dragons talk about him. Like, don't talk to that guy.
Yeah, that was wild.
He's so wild for a dragon. The next one is Juvenile Dragon. Oh, also, God, hating. It's a 1,001 drop. While you control 2 or more other dragon units, this card gains quickness. Oh, it's the reprint.
Yeah, it's a reprint.
Art is different, yeah?
No, it's the same art.
Oh, I've never looked at this art then.
Yeah, that's him. He's being pulled by little chariot dragons.
What a rude dragon. Screw that guy.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
He's awesome though. But that is it for red, and we'll get into the next color. Next up is blue, and we're going to start with Assault from the Deep. It is a 2-drop spell. Put into play a water unit from your hand with cost X or less. Then, if you have 4 or more face-up towers, you may return a unit to your owner's hand to its owner's hand with X or less. X equals the number of face-up towers. Number of your face-up towers. So it could be up to 5. So I mean, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's
a very late game, so I would never have an opening hand for sure.
It seems kind of dangerous to play though, because you have to have face-up towers, so you're already on the back foot.
Yeah.
And if you have 4 or more face-up towers, you get to do the extra thing. So I mean.
Yeah, and also, it only gains bonuses if it's more than 2. Otherwise, why play it? Because then you can just play the 2-drop that you have.
Yeah.
I would not play this card.
Yeah, it seems kind of like a trap.
It's too much. Oh, look at this guy. It's Cosmic Water Magic. It's a 2-drop instant cast. This card costs 1 less to play for each face-up water tower water tower in general. Target unit you control cannot be targeted by spells or abilities your turn.
Here we go.
That's my type of card. I like it.
Cardwell got his card in this game.
I like it. And it has a cute little otter on it.
Except it can be free in this one.
Yeah, it can be free. I like it. Play it.
Don't play it. Cards like that are bad. Not really. That card's actually really strong.
Yeah. Save your dudes.
Next up is Endowment of the Sea God. It is a 1-drop spell. You can play only 1 per turn. And flip any number of your face-up towers face down. If you do, the next card you play this turn costs X less to play. X equals the number of towers you flip face down. So it does not trigger destroyed towers because they can't be touched again. So it's just your face-up towers that they would have scouted or found out.
Or you flip over yourself, but it's pointless. Don't play this card.
Yeah, because
it's extremely terrible.
Most likely you're going to get like 1 or 2, and by that point you're already paying the mana for this spell.
Yeah.
So you might as well just pay for the dude.
Pay for the spell. Don't.
It's just kind of a waste of space in your deck.
Yeah, or the card that they printed. Next one is Enemy of My Enemy. It's a 1-drop spell. Play only if your champion and spirit are different elements. Cute. As an additional cost to play this card, discard a unit whose element is the same as your champion. Search your deck a unit for the same element as your spirit and add it to your hand. I like it. It's definitely a build-around card. And I would probably play this card, for sure.
See, it's a cool tutor, but I don't really like it all that much because it has so many stipulations to it.
But they literally picked the right colors for it, because you would definitely play in a blue-green deck, for sure.
I mean, yeah.
Because you're just bouncing things all the time with both of them.
Yeah, it does set up all kinds of silly stuff because you discard that unit, so yeah, I mean, it's pretty neat.
And I think they really just hate each other because they're mad at each other's hair. Who has the best haircut?
Next is Father's Betrayal.
Oof.
1 mana spell, instacast. Return target exhausted unit you control to its owner's hand. Weird?
Weird?
I mean, maybe?
Don't.
I don't really think it's that good, but...
No, unless there's tricks that we don't know about, but right now, not playable.
I mean, yeah, you could return your own exhausted dude to play it again. Cool, but...
Or use Serpent's Breath and you get to draw a card.
I mean, there's better ways to do this, so it feels like it's kind of lackluster.
Definitely. Alright, Gillian, Interdimensional Witch. It's a 6-drop, 5,000. It's an Omega unit legendary, but place on 2 of your units, including at least 1 witch unit. So, it's very build around. Exhaust. Put a unit under this card in discard zone. Expel up to 2 target units your opponent controls. If you do, the zones those units occupy cannot be used for the rest of the game. Well, it's pretty powerful.
Yeah.
I mean, for all the hard work you have to do, it's completely worth it, I think.
Yeah. This is definitely a card you want to build your deck around to use.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get it, then you get to wreck them. Hey, you have 3 spots for the rest of the game.
Yep.
Thanks.
Bounce this witch, play it again. Now you have 1.
Yeah.
Please enjoy that.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. But if you do bounce it, remember, you do have to put 2 more dudes away. So.
Yeah. Which is fine.
Hey, whatever.
Yeah, because, illusion. Well, no. Put 2 units. Oh, but you have to
have 1 away.
1 to do this. So no tokens. So no tokens, sadly.
But that card is definitely a builder unplayable.
Yeah, for sure.
Next is Gillian's Gambit. It is 3 for a spell. As an additional cost to play this card, flip your champion face down. If your champion is Gillian, the Witch Queen, look at the top 5 cards of your deck and put them back in any order. Reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a water unit, put it into play. Otherwise, send it to the discard zone and your opponent may destroy one of your towers.
Yeah.
So you're rolling deep on the gambles to see what happens. But it is really strong because you can pay 3 mana and get a huge dude. And it's got to be a huge water unit, but hey, whatever. There's plenty of them that are pretty good to use.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And you get a free dude for 3 mana, or like a cheaper dude, essentially. You're paying that 6-drop for 3.
And of course you want to play with Gillian, otherwise you're just playing with fire.
Yeah, I mean, you can play with others, but yeah, if it's Gillian, you get to dig 5 deep and reset your deck.
And this might actually help with the witch deck, because all the witches are a high casting cost, so you can just like the other 6. Actually, you can literally play the other Gillian that's a unit.
Yeah, the big 6-drop one.
That really wrecks shop for sure.
Yeah.
Wait, you can play a spell again for free? Oh, so if you had 2 gambits, then you can get 2. Never mind. I'm going too deep in the brewing right now. But yeah, I would play this.
Yeah, this card would be super fun to play. I would love this card because it's a gambling card.
Oh,
why not?
Oh yeah. Next one is Guardsman of the Leviathan, because Leviathans need guards. It's a 4-drop 2,000. It's a knight, a blue knight. It has Guardian. Awesome. Arrive. Choose one. Flip one of your towers face down. Flip one of your towers face up.
No. I'm gonna go with bad. Don't play this card.
Limited.
Card is unplayable.
It's good and limited because it's a Guardian.
It's a 4-drop Guardian. That's why it's good and limited. Because it's a Guardian.
That's it.
Its ability, not really that cool.
Not worth it.
Neat. You get to see my tower. Next is Hana, Reformed Apprentice. It is 5 for 2,500. It is a sorceress, and she arrives. You put into play a water elemental token, 500 with rune to return target unit to its owner's hand.
Costs too much.
Yeah. Why?
Omega
it's cool.
Yeah.
It's not an Omega unit, so I mean it helps get you cool things, but
and it costs too much, and it's not a witch. It's a sorceress, which doesn't make sense. If she was a witch, maybe it would be a little bit better, but no. This is bad.
Limited? Card's a bomb.
Limited, yes.
You're just like, I get 33,000 power in play. But...
Besides that, no. Don't play this card.
you can always keep getting her, so it's kind of okay that way, but meh.
No. Next one is Leviathan's Fury. It's a 10-drop... It's a 10 casting cost instant cast spell. Of course, this card costs 1 less to play for each of your face-up towers. Return all units your opponents control to their owner's hand. Very powerful. Only super late game, though.
Very powerful, very bad.
Very bad.
Like, you're playing blue. They shouldn't have more than like 3 dudes in play already.
Exactly.
Because you're like, kill that with the bolt or bounce that dude. Bounce that dude.
When you have all 5 towers destroyed, then they cost 5. No thanks.
This card is don't play this card.
Don't play this card. It's bad.
Next up is May use Mirror Magic. It is 4 for a spell. Exhaust target unit you control, and if you do, search your deck for a unit with the same name and put it into play.
I like it.
Yeah, this card's pretty cool for what it does. It is still kind of pricey, but I'm okay with it because of what it does. So you're like, cool, I need this dude again. You can like, cool, tap this guy, get another one.
Yeah.
And in the right built-around deck, this could be game-changing.
For sure. I would, yes. I would
definitely playable. Definitely use it in limited, because you still get free dudes, and you'll probably have an extra of the same, like, common or uncommon in limited, but
yeah.
It's definitely a build-around playable card.
Definitely. Alright, next one is Oracle Leviathan. I keep getting these. It's a 3-drop 1500. This card cannot be targeted by spells or abilities while you have 2 or more face-up towers.
Hey.
Ruin. You may flip up 2 of your towers face down. Don't play this card.
Hey, neat.
Don't play it. Just don't.
But it's untargetable.
Only if you have 2 or more face-up towers.
No, this card is bad. Don't play it.
Don't play it.
Next is the Phantasmal Paladin. 2 for a 2000 unit. He is an Omega unit. Place on one of your water units. And put a unit under this card into the discard zone. Return target unit with Guardian to the top or bottom of its owner's deck.
Nice. I like it.
This card is really good for 2 mana.
Yep. And I guess it doesn't matter, but if you do play the 1-drop, get 2 illusion tokens, and then 2-drop this to just swing in.
Yeah. You can go ham that way.
That's about it. It's very fantastical, would you say, Kevin?
Phantasmal. Yeah.
Phantasmicals. Oh, look at this guy! Spirit of Otterus, of course. It's a 2-drop. Hold on. Sorry, the art got me because he's a spirit otter holding a spirit in a jar. Exhaust. Pay 2. Target unit you control gains unblockable this turn. Okay. Soul Burst, target gains unblockable this turn. Yes.
And he's 12 on blue.
12 on blue. I would play this.
Yeah, it's a really good spirit.
Yeah. The other spirit's okay, but Shard Drain is a little rough, and obviously they know that because they haven't really put any other Shard Drain in the game. But this is really good to be just swing in for the win.
Yeah.
That's what
you
that
can make
means.
any of your big dudes just be like, cool, he's unblockable.
Unblockable, cool.
Next, Witch of the Future. She's 3 for a 2500, and I guess she's tiny, right?
Where we go, we don't need brooms because that is a fake broom.
She's an Omega unit, and you place on 1 or more of your water units. Water spells cost you 1 less to play for each unit under this card.
Oh.
Whenever you withdraw a card, you may put a unit under this card into the discard zone instead. If you do, search your deck for a witch unit or a phantasmal card and add it to your hand. She's pretty strong.
She's good. I really like her.
Yeah, I definitely think this card is a playable card because it does so much for you. You don't have to play with any kind of witches or anything. It's helpful for them, but any of the phantasmal cards you get to go get, and that's really, really strong.
Yeah, agreed. Alright, and of course the reprint is our Seer, a perfect person to put under the card we just talked about. So 1-drop 1000, look at the top card of your deck, place on back top or bottom of your deck. Simple as that.
And the Great Stormfish is 3 for 1500. And arrive, you exhaust target unit, and then ruined, return target unit to the top of its owner's deck.
Simple as that. And with that, we'll get on to the next color. Alright, the next color is Darkness, and we have Cosmic Dark Magic. It's a Snake's Scorpion. It's a 2-drop spell. This, of course, it costs 1 less to play for each face-up Dark Tower. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck. You may add a Dark unit among them to your hands, and the rest of the discard zone.
Sure.
Pretty good.
That's not too bad. Scry 3, I'll take it.
Yeah. And, of course, with Darkness, it uses the graveyard a lot, discard zone a lot, so
yeah,
that'll help
that
for
card's
sure.
kind of nuts.
Yeah.
Alright, next up is Ergon, the Forgiven Emissary. He is 3 for a 3000 Omega unit. And you place on one of your gargoyle units. He's got Destroyer.
Alright.
And offering 3, add this card from your discard zone to your hand.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, this dude's pretty sweet in gargoyles.
I'm trying to wonder if there's a 2-drop gargoyle. And that would be good. And he kind of looks like Billy Zane. Or he reminds me of Billy Zane.
Yeah, no, the free gargoyle. The Narcomoeba gargoyle.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That's not Billy Zane. This guy is. Next one is Gloom Necrolord. It's a 3-drop 9. Wait, it's a 9-drop 3000. Sorry. Ruin. You may expel this card from your discard zone. If you do, put 2 target units from your discard zone into play. This guy is bad.
But he's no.
No, he's bad.
No, he's just bad.
Don't.
Because at 9 mana, you should probably already be winning the game or being close to that.
Yeah, and you don't want him to be dying at 9 mana.
Yeah.
And then you just put in 2 little smaller dudes. It's not good at all.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. It's a cool idea, but it's just not so good.
Not good at all.
Don't play it.
Don't play it.
Next is the Gloom Neophyte. It is 3 for 1500, and whenever a card is discarded from your opponent's hand, you may have target unit get minus 2000 this turn. This card is insane.
Yeah, very good. If we can discard. I don't know what it is in this set, but hopefully there's a lot of discard to actually work with her.
Anything with discard and you're killing dudes while you discard seems really strong.
Yeah.
Build around playable. Definitely.
For sure. Probably my waifu in Argent Saga.
I thought about saying it, but I was like, I'm not going to say it yet.
Yeah.
But I was just like, it's probably his waifu now.
Yep. Next one is Hoina, Horrific Perfection. It's a 4-drop, 3500. It's a Omega unit and legendary. Omega, place 1 on one of your golem units, which there's a ton of. Offering 2, sacrifice another unit, draw a card, and your opponent discards a card. Use only once per turn. Oh, yeah, no kidding. Offering X, destroy target unit or augment with cost X. Use this once per turn. This card is super powerful.
It's okay. She's my waifu.
Yeah. It's her skull pauldrons that really fit the outfit.
They're definitely best.
I mean, I don't know what she is fighting. The Cthulhu back monster.
Yeah. But no, this card is actually really good for everything it can do. Because it's offering to at any time to do that. And you draw a card and your opponent discards a card. So you're like, cool. Like, that's literally instant cast discard cards.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Once per turn.
Once.
Yeah, once per turn.
You can
so
do it
your
on
turn,
their
their turn.
And the fact she doesn't have to exhaust for it either, so you can do it melee when you play her.
Yeah. Definitely going to be a playable builder on card. Definitely waifu.
Yes.
Next is Hoina's Inquest. It is 1 for a spell. As an additional cost to play this card, expel a dark card from your hand. Look at your opponent's hand. You may select and discard a card from their hand at X or less. X equals the card you expelled. It's a pretty decent discard spell. It's kind of rough because you're losing 2 for their 1. Because you got to play this card and lose another card.
Yeah. Maybe if you play black-red Blazewalkers?
Yeah. This with Blazewalkers would be hilarious because you're just like, cool, kill that thing or do whatever expel thing you need.
Yeah, and then take away the stuff.
That's pretty strong with them.
Yep. Next one is Hoina's Wrath. It's this card costs 2 less to play if your champion is Hoina, so it costs 6, but it could be 4. Put into play 2 Berserker Golem tokens, 2,000 each. Then each non-golem unit gets minus X this turn. X equals the number of golems units you control.
This card's awesome.
Jesus. This is better than that red spell. Way better.
Yeah, this card's fantastic. Because you're like 4 mana, because you're playing this with Hoina. Like, let's get real.
Yeah.
And 4 mana, you get 2 2000s, and then everything gets minus at least 2000.
Yeah.
And at minus at least 2000, you're killing most things. This card's nuts.
Yeah, the card's insane.
Definitely awesome if you're playing Hoina.
Yeah.
Interdimensional Horror for 6 for 5000.
No kidding.
Omega Demon. Place on 2 of your dark units.
Simple.
Destroyer. Put a unit under this card into the discard zone and declare a card name. Search your opponent's discard zone, hand, and deck for any numbers of cards and expel them. Wow.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I'll take remove threats for the rest of the game for 200, Trebek.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Costs 6, but that's enough. That's okay. That's fine.
It's black. You can just reanimate this and be like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, you just gotta have 2 units to reanimate it on, and then be like, get rid of everything.
Yeah, because golems are so hard to fill
Yeah.
up the board. And this next one, a lesser shrieker. 1 drop 500 ruin. Send the top 3 cards of your deck to the discard zone. That's cute.
Yeah, this dude's awesome.
I like it.
Playful Imp.
Okay.
It is 1 for a 1,000. And rune, declare a card name. Your opponent reveals their hand and discards all copies of the declared card.
That's nice.
This card's actually really strong.
Yep.
I like this card a whole lot because it kills towers,
Yeah.
finds towers, and it has a chance to get a card from their deck. And if you know what's being played right now, you're just like, cool, you're playing blue, you just name the bounce spell.
Yeah.
Or any other silly
you
cards.
You say Scavenger or the Repo Bloom.
Yeah, Repo Bloom, Bone Scavenger.
Just whatever. Next one is Revival of the Sun. S-O-N, not S-U-N. It costs X. Put into play target unit that costs X -1 from your discard zone. Yeah, see? Reanimate.
Yeah, hey, reanimate.
I like it.
Pretty solid.
Play it.
Scales of Darkness. 3 for a spell. Each player sacrifices a unit and discards a card. I like this card a lot.
Yeah.
This is definitely a playable card because it's board control and it's hand destruction. So you're getting both of them really, really well.
Next one, the Skeletal Gargoyle. It's a 1500 3-drop. Whenever this card attacks or is attacked, send the top 3 cards of your deck to the discard zone. I mean, if you want to play with the graveyard, that's the best way to do it.
We're playing mill game. We're playing mill game real hard.
Yep.
Next is the Spirit of Serpio.
Ooh.
He's 12 for black. And it is exhaust, sacrifice a unit. Soul Burst, all units get -1000 this turn.
Oof. I don't know about this guy.
See, I like this dude because I remember our last brawl, if I had a way to get rid of a unit, I'd have been fine. But I didn't.
True.
But this helps you just do silly shenanigans with rune triggers, and that's why I think this dude's so strong.
Yeah.
Because he just forces rune triggers when you want them, instead of having to wait.
Yep.
So in a rune kind of deck, this dude is awesome.
I guess that one rune dude that we just talked about, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah, the Playful Amp, just play it and then sacrifice at me turn 1.
Yeah.
And just be like, okay, well, now you can't. We'll go ahead and discard your hand. Thanks.
Yeah, definitely would be pretty sweet for that.
Yeah. Next one is Wicked Pact. A 1-drop spell. Destroy one of your towers, ignoring its effects. Oof. And if you do reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, you may add a card among them to your hand. Place the rest at the bottom of your deck of any order. Not worth it. Not worth it.
Yeah, I don't really see it being worth it too much because you're.
If you got to play it for free, yes.
I mean,
But
it could be useful, but it seems very, very dangerous.
Yeah.
This is more of a gamble than the Gillian's Gamble card we talked about because you're literally losing one of your ways to win
Or live, yeah.
or to live and hoping you get something cool.
The fact that it ignores the effects of the tower as well. So you can't just hopefully get the blue tower, draw 2 cards, and then do this. It's just not good.
Next is the Dust Strike. It is 2 for an instant cast spell. You can play this card only if you control a dark unit. Target unit gets -2500 this turn. It is a very, very good reprint.
Definitely. Alright, next one is Golem of Allurement. It's a 3-drop, 1500. Arrive. Take control of target unit with cost 1 or less. It cannot attack this turn. I like it. I don't remember seeing this guy, but I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Alright, with that, we'll go on to the next color. Alright, the first one in there is a pretty powerful one. Ariana is Celestially Imbued. It's a 4-drop, 4000. Okay, of course it's a mega unit. It's legendary. Hero. But you can place on one of your Ariana units. So that's very technical because there's not really that many. But it has target attack and unblockable. Cool. Whenever this attacks, recover up to 2 of your shards, and if you do, draw a card for each shard you recover this way.
Neat.
Worth it. Expel this card until your next turn. Your towers cannot be destroyed. Thanks.
Solid. This card is a super good fighting card.
Yep. Super good, worth it totes card.
And we just found out that Omega cards, you can't reanimate or anything. You have to cast them from your hand for them to be able to do their thing.
Do things. No cute tricks.
You can't be cheating them into play like we wanted to because, way more fun that way.
Right.
Whatever, rules. Next is Boreas, the Cloud Sea Enforcer. It is 5 for a 4,000 airship. It is an Omega unit, and you place on one of your Skyraider units. It is unblockable. Put a unit under this card into your discard zone. This card gains Immortal until the end of turn.
Real good.
And Ruined, you may put into play target Skyraider or airship unit with 4 or less from your discard zone. This dude's pretty good. Because when he dies, you get to get another one put into play, or you can discard one to make sure it gets Immortal, and then the next turn when it would die, you're just like, cool, I get that thing back.
I'm sure when this dies, this airship or Skyraider underneath it gets put in the discard zone, so therefore you can just put it back into play. So basically, you're not losing any value.
No, I mean, you're already just doing that with that.
Yeah.
You just get so much value out of this guy.
Extremely good.
Value City, play him.
Oh, yeah. Celestial Team Up. It's a 4-drop spell. Draw 2 cards. Then if you control both an air and water unit, you may play a unit from your hand into play with X or less. X equals the number of cards in your hand. Yes. Yes, please.
No.
Build it. Build around.
No.
Because it's blue-green. And you have the other blue card that does the same thing. Gillian, or what's his name? No, Jamal. He's the one like really whoring out to the
He's making friends.
Yeah, he is.
But don't play this card. It's blue-green. It's terrible. Next is the Cloud Sea Beast Tamer. It is 3 for a 1,500 Skyraider. And arrive if you play at least 2 other cards this turn. You may search your deck for a beast unit with 2 or less and put it into play. This card's pretty good for what it does.
It is good, but it's very late game for the arrive trigger. For sure.
Yeah.
2 other cards, not just this one, but like that's pretty rough.
Yeah, it definitely does. It does slow down a lot, actually.
I wish they made it like a 1,000 1-drop or 500 1-drop. I think, and then that would make it pretty useful.
Yeah.
So build around-ish, maybe don't play.
Yeah.
Next one is Cloud Seed Jumper. It's a 1-drop 500. Reveal this card from your hand. Put this card from your hand into play. And if you do draw a card, use only if an airship unit you control was put into the discard zone this turn. So very, very specific.
Yeah. It's good in the right circumstance. Otherwise, it's pretty terrible.
Don't play it.
Yeah, I would say don't play it.
Don't.
Next is the Cloud Sea Offensive Formation. It is 1 for an instacast spell. Play only if you control an airship, destroy target unit, or augment.
Well, you better control airship because this is super good.
Yeah, if you control airships, this card's awesome. If you don't, this card's terrible.
It's completely useless because you literally can't play it.
Yeah.
Alright, next one is Cloud Sea Preparations. It's a 4-drop spell. Add target Skyraider and target airship unit from your discard zone to your hand. If you play 2 or more other cards this turn, you may put them into play instead. I like it, maybe a 1-of, because one early game you can get 2 things that died, or late game you can put them into play real quick. I don't know. I would play a 1-of.
Yeah, this card's kind of weird.
Yeah.
It feels like a win more card, and like those don't really feel good, honestly. Next is the Cloud Sea Tarot Mini.
Okay.
It is 2 for a 1,000 Angry Flying Squirrel.
Yep.
This card gets plus 500 while you control another beast unit.
Ooh.
This card gains quickness while you control a Skyraider unit. So that dude's pretty strong actually for green, because it's the ability to get quickness and become a 1,500 seems strong to me.
Right.
I would definitely say it's playable.
Built
Just gotta
around.
be built around.
Yep. Next one is Cloud Sea Scout Ship. It's a 2-drop 1,000. Arrive, look at the top card of your opponent's deck. You may put it on the top or bottom of their deck. I like that. But Ruin, you may put it into target Skylander unit with cost 1 or 1 from your discard zone. It's okay. But it's a 2-drop airship, and that might come and play useful later on.
Yeah. Next is the Cosmic Air Magic. It is 2 for an instacast spell. It costs 1 less to play for each face-up air tower. The next arrive ability does not trigger this turn.
No. So it's a sideboard for sure.
Yeah, it's sideboardable, and it's useful in the right situation, but otherwise it's kind of
Pointless.
meh.
Yeah.
I think the other ones are better, but this one's okay.
It's kind of like the red one, where it's just like, sideboard.
Yeah.
Next one, the final battle at the Argent Tower. It's a 6-drop spell. For each of your destroyed towers, you may recover target unit. And for each of your opponent's destroyed towers, you may exhaust target unit. Recovered units this way get plus 1,000, and exhaust units get minus 1,000 this turn.
I don't like this card. I
Yeah.
really don't. It feels too gimmicky to me.
A little bit, yeah.
It's cool, but for 6 mana, you could be playing like 4 dudes
Yeah.
in green and doing a lot more silly stuff.
And why would you need to untap your dudes and tap their dudes at the same time when you need their tap dudes down first in order you to swing in? Unless, because you're just trying to get towers at this point, so it's kind of like play this and hopefully win the game by untapping your dudes and swinging in again. But
by that time, they'd probably already be tapped, or it just... I don't know. This card doesn't feel good. I don't think it's playable. I really don't. Because it costs too much, and it requires too much things.
Yeah, I agree.
It's built off of playing other things, and that doesn't seem good to me.
No.
The Hidden Dragon of the Cloud Sea. It is 7 for a 3,500 terrifying looking dragon.
Yep.
Arrive. If you've played at least 2 other cards this turn, put into play 2 Cloud Dragons with 1,000 have quickness. Pay 3, discard this card from your hand, put into play a Cloud Sea Dragon with 1,000 that has quickness. This card is awesome.
I think just the fact that you can pay 3 is good enough.
Yeah.
To discard and put a 1,000 quickness for sure.
Yeah. However, this card with Randomator is silly.
Yeah.
Because you're like, pay 3, discard this, get a Cloud Dragon, return this to play, get 2 more Cloud Dragons, and have a big Cloud Dragon.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Super thanks.
Nuts.
Next one, Kalia, the best friends forever, aka the friend zone. It's a 1-drop 500. This card name is always treated as Kalia, trusted companion. So when you play the champion to go get the trusted companion, you pick this one instead. And sacrifice this card, target unit you control gains immortal this turn, which it cannot be destroyed by damage or effects. Super powerful, way better than the other little koala bear.
Yeah.
But now he's just being used.
Yeah, poor little koala. Like, I know he jumped in front of her, but it kind of looks like she threw it. Just hey!
Like, hey! Well, she has the shield like, shield me! Yeah, of course, I love you.
Next is the Overgrown Sabertooth. It is 3 for 3,000. Good lord.
Yeah.
It omegas, and it's a mega on one of your air units.
Just aired.
And it's unblockable. Ruined, recover up to 2 of your shards. This dude is super strong. Super strong, 3-drop 3,000. Like, that alone makes this card ridiculous. Because you're like, hey, you can't answer this on turn 3. Thanks.
And unblockable.
Yeah. Oh, you want to Guardian it? No. Thanks.
It's playable in every green deck ever.
Yeah, definitely use this card.
Alright, the Spirit of Stygia. I don't know what other animal. The other ones have multiple animals compared to it, but it just seems like a giant owl. It has 10 for the Spirit. At the start of the game, after mulligans, you may search your shard deck for a shard, shuffle your shard deck, and put it on top. Soul Burst, recover a shard. So you're just going to go ahead and get the Corona Spirit Ruby and put it on top so you can always have time to kill a dude.
Yeah.
That's all it's used for.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Otherwise, meh. I like Kite because you can bounce it, but if you don't need to start bouncing your dudes, this is just worth it.
Alright, our first reprint is Skyship Engineer. She is 1 for 1,000. It is a Sky Raider, and you exhaust, return this card to its owner's hand, and if you do, your airships cost 1 less to play this turn.
Yep.
So it's a really good reprint for this because you have a lot of airships.
I know I just got this, but I'm pretty sure she looks like the mechanic from Firefly. Pretty sure that's what it's supposed to be based off. The next one, Skytree's Sand Ship. It's a 4-drop 2,000. Arrive, exhaust target unit. Meh. Ruin, you may put target Sky Raider with unit cost 2 or less from the discard zone into play. It's okay.
Yeah, it's alright. I don't know how good it is though.
Yeah, no. And then that'll be it for green. We'll go into Argent.
Alright, now we're into Argent cards, and the first card we got is the Air Celestial Crystal. It is an augment. It is 1 mana, and you can only control 1 air crystal. Your air tower gets plus 500 defense. Arrive, if your champion is or spirit is air, recover a shard. Discard this card, recover a shard, uses only while you control an air crystal. So I feel like they're making one for each color, which is kind of cool.
Yep.
I don't know how good this card is. I think it's okay. In the right build, it'd be really strong. But otherwise, I don't know.
Because this technically will be free if you pay 1 in your airs and you recover the shard that you spent this on, and then discard this card later if you get multiple to basically ramp up. So it could be good.
Yeah.
We will see. The next one, Arya, Savior of Argos. It's a 5-drop 6,000. Oh, because it's a mega unit, legendary, ascendant being. Omega, place on one of your Arya units while you control an air celestial crystal and water celestial crystal. Jesus. So that's a lot of things to do, but units you control cannot be targeted by spells or abilities and are unaffected by tower effects. Restore each of your destroyed towers.
Oh, neat.
That's why. So yeah.
So that's why it's super hard to put her in play, because you get to reset the game on your side.
On your side.
Which is stupid, because you're like, oh, my side resets, yours doesn't.
So that means we have 2-hour games of Argent.
Oh, you already killed the red and green tower that do everything? Let's just bring them back. Why not? Cool.
Well, and then I swing and my units cannot be affected. Unless you get one too, and then you're just like, cool. We're just stuck here.
Units you control cannot be targeted by spells or abilities. Okay, so yeah, no, at least they made it to where you can't bounce this chick to your hand and just keep doing it. Like, you have to get her from the graveyard. Yeah. So there is that. Because otherwise you're just like, bounce this thing. I recover my towers always.
Yep.
So at least good job on y'all. But that card is definitely playable. It's going to be rough.
Yeah.
Next is the Carrier Mecha Kayari. It is a 0-drop 500 like spider turtle.
It's
thing.
from Halo / Stormtroopers. Or not Stormtroopers, Starship Troopers.
Yeah. Place on one of your mecha units. Exhaust, choose one. Search your deck for a shard mecha unit and place it under this card.
Ooh.
Put into play as many shard mecha units as possible that are under this card.
That's cool. Cause it's a little bunker turret.
Yeah.
And it costs 0. I like it.
So I mean, like, why would you not just go get Titan? You go always.
Because you still need to play them. Well, yeah, because like
it just puts into play. It doesn't matter. You're just like
play as
Titan
many shard mecha units as possible. That
I don't think he may not be shard mecha.
Yeah, he might not be a shard mecha, but still.
Yeah, no, this is still good because it just helps you get free dudes. Because you're like, in your turn, exhaust, get a dude.
Put into play.
Exhaust, get a dude.
You don't need to cast him.
It's pretty strong.
Ridiculous.
Definitely playable in a mecha deck.
Oh yeah. Next one is Ella, Corrupted by Love. Aw. Oh wait, she might be my new waifu.
That's my team, bro. Dibs.
Nah. Okay, it's a 3-drop 2,000 unit Silver General Sky Raider. Discard a Silver General unit from your hand. Target unit or augment loses all abilities as long as you control this card. Pretty nice. Whenever this card is discarded, you may pay 1. If you do, target unit or augment loses all abilities this turn. So it gets rid of Guardian, and that's what you mostly need.
Yeah, she's pretty sweet.
Yeah, she's super awesome.
Definitely a playable card.
Yep.
Ferocious Acidic Monger.
Oh.
What is it?
Is it it's not the scorpion, it's whatever is attacking the scorpion.
It's a snail. Oh my god, it took me a second. 3 for 1,500. Destroy target augment, and if you do, draw a card.
Cute.
It's a pretty good little snail. 3-drop, kill the thing. It's a really good sideboard card.
Yeah, for sure. Next one, Inspiring Sprite. So 1-drop 500. Arrive, target unit gets plus 1,000 this turn. It's okay. It scouts out little dudes. It's good for limited. Really good for limited.
Yeah, limited, it's a kind of a bomb. Because you're like, that dude's big.
Swing. Other than that, meh.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think it's worth it other than that.
Nope.
Oh, I'll let you talk about it.
Okay, David Bowie, the king of the Magic Maze. It's a 5-drop 2,500. If you control the Great Mecha Maze, this card costs 2 less to play, so it can be 3. Arrive. You may put a maze counter on target the Great Mage Maze, and if you do, search your deck for a Mega Maze unit with cost 4 or less and put it into play. So there's a lot of things there to deal with, but we'll get to the maze soon enough. But putting a counter on it is counterintuitive. But if you're able to win again with another unit, then do it.
But it puts it on target one, so you can put it on theirs if they have one.
Oh yeah. So if you go definitely against a mirror match or whatever.
If you're playing against Magical Maze, you can be like, hey, cool, yours is bigger.
Yep.
Next up is Jube's Crystal Ball. It is 1 for an augment. Exhaust. Pay X. Look at the top X cards of your deck. You may add a Magical Maze card from among them to your hand. Place the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. Or exhaust, sacrifice this card. Search your deck for a Magi Maze. and add it to your hand. Use only while you control the Great Magical Maze. So again, you're playing maze deck, neat.
Do it.
If you're not, don't touch it.
Don't do it.
And even then, it's like, I don't feel like it's worth it, really.
Yep. Alright. Jubai's Pranksters. It's a 2-drop 1500 unit Mage Maze. Arrive. You may put 2 maze counters on target the Great Maze. And if you do, draw 2 cards.
What are you doing, little goblins?
On target. So yeah, if you're playing against this guy, is really good. So yeah, just do it that way.
Alright, Jubei's Servants. They are 1 for 1,000. This card gets plus 1,000 while you control Great Maze. So 1-drop 2,000.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Ooh, here we go. It's Liam, Corrupted by Madness. 2,500 4-drop. He was untrustworthy general or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So that makes sense, I guess. Unit Silver General / Knight. Unblockable. Cool. Whenever this card attacks, you may discard a silver unit general from your hand. If you do, search your deck for up to 2 silver army units and put them into play. Whenever this card is discarded, you may pay 2. If you do, search your deck for a silver army unit and put it into play. Jesus. So this guy is super good.
Yeah, if you're building the silver army deck, this dude's really strong.
And he's not legendary, so you can just put 3 of this and play him. Swing, discard him again, get all the...
Go get another one and put it into play.
The silver army, whatever they are, I guess we'll get to.
Yeah. Next is Lloyd, Traveler of Worlds. He is 4-drop 2,000. He's question mark on type.
Yep.
Arrive, you may place up to 3 target spells from your discard zone under this card. You may play spells under this card as if they were in your hand. If you do, expel them as after they are played. If this card would leave field, expel all cards under it.
Oof, play this guy in every deck possible.
He does let you reset your spells, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But you still have to play for it. You still have to pay for those spells, so they're not free.
But it's at any time, not immediately. And the fact that, I don't know, Rick Moranis here or whatever, no, Sanchez, there we go, that's his name, comes in, you grab 3 spells, 3 kill spells pretty much, or bounce spells, and then you can play them. Any game that allows you to play spells from your discard or graveyard or whatever is immediately powerful.
Yeah, it doesn't timestamp them though, so you have to play them when they can normally be played.
Yeah.
It's so like if it's on your turn, cool. If it's instacast, you can do it as an instacast. Yeah. But it is still really strong for what it does.
Super strong. The next one is the Meiji Maze Gatekeeper. It's a 3-drop 1,500. Sacrifice this card. Your opponent cannot target augments you control with spells or abilities this turn, so it helps against the mirror match. You may put the Great Mega Maze from your hand or discard zone into play. That's good.
Yeah, because they know it's going to die, so you're like, cool, get it back.
Yep.
Again, playing maze deck, worth it. Otherwise, not.
Yep.
Next up, 1-drop 500 is the Mega Maze Worm. While you control the Great Mega Maze, this card is treated as all subtypes.
Ooh.
Expel this card from your discard zone and add 2 other Mega Maze units from your discard zone. Remove a maze counter from target Great Mega Maze.
So there you go. That can help basically win the game for sure. No, not that way.
Yeah.
This one, May You, Corrupted by Power. It's a 3,500 6-drop. It's a Silver General. Arrive. You may discard a Silver General unit from your hand. If you do, return target unit to the top of its owner's deck. Cool. Whenever this card is discarded, you may pay 4. If you do, return target unit to the top of its owner's deck. So, okay, yeah. She's not as powerful.
No, but she's still pretty good.
She's decent.
And she's one of those ones you can go get, I do believe.
Yeah.
Next up is Metaliel, Celestial of Ruin.
Jeez.
He's 8 for 6,000. Jesus, this dude's got a lot of text.
Well, yeah.
This card costs 1 less to play for each silver army / silver general unit you control.
Cool.
So they are different, so never mind. If your champion has Metalia in its name, this card gains the following abilities.
Ooh.
Sacrifice a unit, this card gains Immortal.
Nice.
Sacrifice 2 other units, destroy target shard and target unit.
Wow.
Sacrifice 3 other units, destroy up to 2 target towers.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, this dude's pretty strong for 8 manas.
Can't wait to see what the armies look like, because this guy is going to be amazing.
Well, this dude's not a legendary either. So
No.
you're like, cool, I want more of them. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks. Real good.
Yeah, that dude's strong.
This one, okay, Shredder. Natalia, the Silver King. Oh, he's the champion.
Yeah, he's Shredder.
He looks awesome. Instead of drawing for your turn, you may discard a card. If you do, search your deck for a Silver General unit and add it to your hand. Pay 1. Place the Silver General unit from the discard zone to the bottom of your deck. Draw a card. This guy's
Alright, Shredder, you're an awesome champion.
Yep.
Definitely going to be played.
You are definitely the coolest leader that we can have.
Yeah. I'd follow Shredder.
I'd follow Shredder. Yeah. Go Foot Clan.
And you get all the Silver Generals.
Yeah.
Definitely badass Shredder.
Dude, this I will
play him.
Play him.
Shredder's playable.
He's good.
Protector of the In-Between.
Yeah.
He is 4 for 2,000. He is a Guardian unit. And arrive adjacent units, this card get Guardian.
Super good.
Yeah, this dude's insane.
He's very playable. And he always... I don't know, he's wielding the weapons I always thought would be awesome. Because in Skyrim, I thought that you had the ability to use 2 wields and bash people. But no, you're good. Play this card. It's really good.
He's definitely really strong.
Alright. Rain, Corrupted by Grief. Oh, he looks like he has a horrible mustache. Unit Silver General 5-drop, 2,500. He has quickness, of course he does. Discard a Silver General unit from your hand. Expel target unit from your opponent's controls. End this card until end of turn. That's good. Whenever this card is discarded, you may pay 3. If you do, expel target unit until end of turn. But it's only until the end of turn, so meh. I don't know. I probably would not play that one.
Next up is Ravenous Acidic Monger. He is 5 for 2,500 and arrives. You destroy up to 2 target augments. If you destroyed at least 1, this card gains quickness. If you destroy 2, this card gains destroyed.
Cute.
This slug is awesome.
Yep.
Yes, he'll eat everything.
It is definitely a sideboard though.
Yeah,
for sure. Next one, Shard Merchant. It's a 5-drop 2,000. Swords and Boards. Whenever your opponent plays a spell, draw a card.
I don't like this card because it costs 5.
Yep. Exactly.
Like, it's cool. It's decent, but it's not worth playing in Constructed, I don't think.
Yeah.
Limited, it's really good, but
Limited.
Otherwise I don't feel like it's worth it.
Yeah, I agree.
Next up is the Silver King's Inquisitor. It is 2 for a 1,000. And it's a Silver Army. It's got target attack. Arrive, put target Silver Army unit from your discard zone into play.
Yes.
Yeah. Alright, so Shredder and his Foot Clan are going to be awesome.
Yeah.
That deck's going to be pretty strong, I feel like.
I agree. Especially with the first Silver dude.
Like, all the Silver Generals we've seen so far seem pretty strong.
Alright, Silver King's Pawn. It's a 1-drop 500. He's a Silver Army. You may have any number of copies of this card in your deck. Cool. Exhaust 2 Silver Army units you control. Add a target augment unit from your discard zone to your hand.
Target Argent.
Oh, Argent. Jeez.
This dude's really good.
This guy is really, really good. I agree to play him.
Mean, I don't think you go like super high in playing him, but at least like 4 to 5, maybe a little
don't
more.
Go like 20.
He's not 20 good. You don't need that many of that dude. But
yeah.
Like 5 or 6 of them would be pretty strong.
Totally.
Next up is the Great Magimaze. It is 3 for an augment. You can control only 1 Magimaze. This card comes into play with 5 maze counters on it. Exhaust if this card has no maze counters, destroy it, and if you do, you win the game.
Simple as that.
So we're playing a different game of I'm going to remove counters.
Yep.
And you're going to have to deal with it.
And I feel like that can happen really quickly from all the cards we've been talking about for sure.
Yeah. So if you weren't playing Kill Augment cards now, you now are.
Yeah. And I'm glad they added a bunch of them.
Yeah.
With little slugs on them.
Yeah.
Alright, this guy, Veteran of the Gilded Hills. It's a 3-drop 1,500. It's a warrior. Arrive. If your champion and spear are the same element, add target unit with the element from your discard zone to your hand. I think this guy can be good. Especially if you're playing an aggro deck. Probably a red or green aggro deck. I think this guy's
I like
good.
this dude a lot, actually.
I would play him, for sure.
Next up is the Water Celestial Crystal. It is 1 for an augment. You can control only 1 water crystal. Your water tower gets plus 500. Arrive. If your champion and spirit is water, draw a card. Discard this card, draw a card. Use this only if you control water crystal.
Yep. I like it.
Sweet.
Works with that angel. And of course, that's about it.
We got the basic Argent Shard. It's a little different now, but it looks cool.
I like it. I like that art for sure. Oh, with that, that is the set review. It looks super powerful and super fun. And I feel like with all these Omega cards, it's going to quicken up the games really, really fast.
Overall, for me, I think black is probably the strongest color
Agreed.
of the set. It felt much stronger than all the others.
Yep.
And then I'd probably say white, because white's got a lot of weird shenanigans. I don't know, Argent seems pretty good too,
Yeah,
really.
I want to play Argent.
Like, Shredder seems good. Him and all of his goods seem really, really
his
strong.
little silver armies. We only have... That's all 2 silver armies, but yeah, you can have multiple of that one.
Yeah.
So it kind of fills up those spaces for sure. But yeah, I agree with whatever Kevin just said, which is pretty true. Because wind or air looks so bad.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed good, but it's got a lot of real gimmicky cards. It didn't really feel that strong to me.
No.
It's cool, it's got a lot of airships, but
Meh. Definitely for sure.
And then blue was a lot of fun because it's got a lot of tricky stuff. And if you get it right, I think it's going to be really strong.
Yeah.
I think blue in this set's more of a very good addition set to blue.
Subcolor.
Like, it can add extra stuff to what you're already doing. And red was pretty good as its own color, I think.
Yeah, not too bad. With that, hopefully you enjoyed your stay here at Geektopia Island, and you have a good day.
Later!
Bye.
Also, guys, I just remind y'all to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and if you want to keep up to date on all our future content, make sure you click that bell. It'll give you all the notifications you need.
With that, we'd like to go ahead and give a big thank you to all our fans that support us through the year, and especially our Patreon support people. We do like to give a shout out to our Mythic and Above supporters, and that would be Dwayne Higgs. Thank you very much. We love you.